Good morning, everybody. Today is July the 20th, and I want to talk about a trade that just wrapped up probably about 10-15 minutes ago. So, I apologize. I was wanting to do this live, but I couldn't get my computer was acting funny and it wasn't recording then, so it's all up and running now. And also, I did not trade Friday because I've been really under the weather, and I just took that day off, and still a little nasal, and my throat's a little clogged, but bear with me on this one. So I apologize if I'm steadily clearing my throat. But this trade here is GC, which is gold, and I was breaking down three different markets this morning: ES, oil, and gold here. And this one, none of them really provided a market profile trade that I liked. Now we had let me zoom in. We had a nice push down this morning on market open. This is where this green bell curve thing is. We had a nice push down that came right on through, but as you can see, these green dots right here and these pink dots right here, there's not a lot of wiggle room in there, though it would have been a nice profit on the futures side, actually on any market really. This particular candle here moved way too quick for me, and I wasn't able to get in. And I was looking at this 1.5 deviation level up here, thinking it may test it, and it did on this bar also. But I was also watching the profile, seeing if it was going to bounce off of it also. And again, it's not a lot of wiggle room there. Now, this next trade was actually a deviation play. If you could see over here, this is a 2 deviation level. And these are pretty much vanilla trades. They're very simple. Christopher Wall talked about the deviation bounces off 1.5 and better levels. The higher down you get, as they're showing support, the higher the percentage is. And with two deviation levels, either negative or positive, is a 95% chance of a bounce. So as it shot on through the profile, I started watching the deviation, and it came down here, tried to penetrate, but it was not able to hold on that one. So what I did, I wanted to watch where this bar actually closed and see if it would try it again. And sure enough, it came down just a little bit, but it didn't get to deviation, and it just held there. Now this bar here is actually a doji, and this is a doji, which means there's a lot of indecision coming in these particular areas right here. So volume is up above expected, the expected levels here, which is the yellow lines. So most deviation plays, which is actually one of my trading strategies, below 1.5, I will actually enter into, because the risk to reward is actually pretty great. And I'm just going from deviation to deviation. So on this bar closed, what I did is entered a 10 binary contracts slightly in the money at 1104, and I got those for $61. And I set a take profit at $91. And then what I also did was set a where we at? One futures contract at 1105, which was basically where that was when it closed. But when this bar opened, it went up just a hair, and it was set as a limit order, but it actually came back down, and it filled my limit. And then, as you can see on this bar, this thing shot right on up to the 1.5 deviation level, which is where I had my take profit set on futures at 11.10.8, which is actually, let me see if we can move this back just a hair. Okay. There it is. So see, this is 11-10-9. My typical strategy is always setting 1 point below or 1 point above, just depending on what direction I'm trading in. 11-10-8. So went and took profit there within. This one had moved really quick. I'll show you what happened here in just a minute. This one moved really quick. It fiddled around this area for probably, I'll say 5 minutes or so, and then it just kind of shot on up. So areas of interest to watch was the value area low, which is these pink dots right here, the point of control, and the value area high, and it breached through all that in one good shot. So here's what I was watching. Alright, this is very advanced. I mean, very, very advanced. So this is an order flow chart. This is the Gomi ladder. This is something new that I'm actually testing out. I've been using Ninja Order Flow Trader, but I wanted to start talking about order flow and see if I can get something more into the price range for people that would actually be interested in learning how to trade order flow. But yeah, some key level numbers up in here. Because this chart's finished now, I really can't give a correct assessment on it. But this green line down here, this was the buyers. This was the total sellers, and this is your net difference right here, 494. Whenever it's green, it pretty much means it's pushing up. So, but on some key levels, where we at? I think it was 11,084 in there. Anyway, we had an influx of buyers coming in that was absorbing all the sellers and then just pushing right on through it, and it kept going up, 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 and up, and eventually breached 105, which was my take profit area on that particular trade there. So I'll get into that possibly in the future. I'm still playing with the Gomi ladder. This is just something that I've grabbed here recently. And then I'm also watching the time and sales because gold doesn't trade in big blocks like the ES. I'm typically looking from about 20 blocks coming in on high levels. Hang on 1 second, please. Okay, I'm typically looking for 20 blocks on gold because it's a much thinner market versus something like the ES. And so we had some pretty big blocks coming through. I don't think we reached 20. I think we got up to about 15 though. I don't really remember. Time and sales move so quick sometimes. So that was those particular trades there. Okay. The binaries took profit at 91, also up there. And the futures took profit at 11-10-8, which was the exact number there. With binaries work a little bit different. You just enter in your number, your take profit number. So I bought it in at 61 in the money, slightly in the money, and I took a $30 profit and it got out there. So that's that particular trade there. Maybe looking for one more. I'm not sure. Like I said, still feeling a little bit under the weather, but just kind of wanted to walk you through that one. And then I will definitely be getting into order flow and how it works. I'll try to simplify it as best as I can, but it's one of them things you really need to just kind of watch it and understand it, and watch a lot of different videos and tutorials on it, because it can get very challenging. But it takes all the guesswork out of where the market's going, almost to the exact pip. So if you can see these blue or teal boxes or things like that, these are actually key or significant levels coming in from the big guys, so the institutional traders. So anyhow, I'll talk about all that later. So all right guys, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later.